Okay. I wonder if I still have water left in there. I'm like downing my water so quickly these days. I really need a refill. You think you can top me up?
Top you up?
Top me up.
What do I look like?
My assistant.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I'm asking for a raise then.
You get paid a lot.
I'm asking for an increase. Oh, it's right over here.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to go far.
I know.
Oh my God, it's empty.
I know, that's what I said.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe if you listen to me.
This is so much work.
Oh my goodness. You struggle so much.
You know, you need to just calm down.
I'm just giving my mother sass. Just keeping everybody on their toes.
Before I get my guy on the line to give you a piece of his mind.
Hi, Carlos. How are you? So, Josh is here.
I knew Josh was there. I knew he was going to be there.
That's so funny.
I'm going to have him give you some sass.
All right, sounds good.
I'm having little struggles here.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, where's your guns right now? Come on, Mike Tyson.
We're working on them.
Come on, Mike Tyson.
See that?
All right.
Did you see that? I don't need your help.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not weak.
You badass.
Yeah, I'm not weak.
You're Mike Tyson.
That's right.
These other bitches don't know nothing.
Exactly.
Gosh.
So glad we're on the same page.
Hi from Texas. Hi, Becky. I have an avatar with specific characteristics. I love that. Is it possible to manifest a SP overnight? It is. It is possible as long as you can mentally wrap your head around it, to be quite frank with you. Can you mentally wrap your head around the situation? I've had individuals, and this is not me trying to toot my own horn. This is not me trying to say that, like, whatever, however someone may interpret this, but I literally had a success story of someone who got results in as little as like 1 minute to 1 hour to a couple of hours. I have a lot of viral videos on my page about SP. One of them really took off and almost has like 1 million views. Others are in like the 100K, 200K, 500K club. And if you look at the comment section, everyone in that comment section is like, it worked, it worked, it worked, it worked, it worked. And it's because when you do things and when you do them correctly and when you do them as I instruct you to do them, because what I teach is not opinion-based, it is just science, it is just physics, it is just law, it is just fact. When you shift your energy and when you do the work and you do it correctly, there is no like stubby old lady sitting in a cloud, like typing on her typewriter, and people are like bringing applications in the situation, and they're like, Josh, reject. Carlos, deny. Stacy, accept.
I know you did
Becky,
not say reject.
deny.
Josh.
You know what I mean? It's like nobody is sitting here, and I think you guys think that like, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm interpreting your situation differently, but it's like, people are like, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? Can I do that? The answer is always, can you? Like, can you mentally get there? Because that's almost like the cover charge is what I call it to get in the club. If you're going to sit outside the club and be like, hey, I have Monopoly money and I'll give you that right now and let me inside the club so I can see my desire and I swear I'll come back tomorrow and my rich uncle will pay you, the bodyguard is just going to laugh in your face and so is everyone in the line.
He's not going to let you in.
It's like when you foot the cover charge, you get in the club. When you don't foot the cover charge, you're not getting into the club, homeboy. You're not getting into the club, homegirl. Like, it's just not happening for you. So, however quickly you can get your mind around your situation, you're going to get your desire. And that can happen in minutes. Literally minutes. We have so much proof and evidence of that. Anyone saying that it has to take years. And that's why I speak and preach so often that if you're manifesting this for like 6 months, you need to see someone. If you're manifesting for like a year, you need to see someone. It don't have to be me. I'm not sitting here trying to say that like I'm the guru in this situation, but I know that my methods work and they work fast, and I promote them that if you want to get this to work fast and it's not working, it makes a lot of logical sense that whatever you're doing or whatever you're offering to the universe or whatever processes or plan or mechanism that you're on, something's got to change for you to get a different outcome. Mm-hmm. Because it shouldn't be taking that long. And I don't say that to enable individuals that have like 100 years of trauma. But at the same time, I don't want you to identify that I have 100 years of trauma. And so it's going to take me 100 years to get over this. Like, it's from a place of me trying to motivate you in the sense of you're an empowered person. We've got to get our heads out of our own butts and move. We got to be movers and shakers over here. Because the only thing that's keeping you stuck in your current reality is you every single day. I want you to almost imagine this is like the metaphor that's coming through right now. I want you to Sorry, I was getting a call. We're back in the days where it's like we're taking our backpack and we're going to school. But I want you to imagine instead of books, we're putting stones inside, like these big, heavy stones. I want you to imagine that every day you're waking up and you're picking up the stone of I'm not good enough, putting it in the backpack. You're picking up the stone of I'm not worthy, put it in the backpack. You're picking up the stone of this is not possible, put it in the backpack. You're picking up the stone of he doesn't want me, I'm rejected. How is this going to change? I don't know how this is going to change. Therefore, I cannot believe in it. Therefore, I cannot have it. Put it in the backpack. And it's heavy. Like you're carrying that around and you're being like, okay, I'm ready for school today.
Oh, no, you're not going to school with all that.
I'm ready for school, but why isn't it happening? But it's been a year, but why isn't it happening? And I'm just like, what do you not see is wrong with this situation? Because I'm looking at this situation and I'm like, 72 things are wrong here. And how do they not see it? And not in a bad way, but I'm just like, oh my goodness, there's a lot wrong here. There's a lot wrong here. Like, does that make sense, guys? Like, we can't be, the only thing that's keeping you stuck in your current reality is your daily, hourly, minutely, secondly association and identity and picking up the past and being like, I'm going to take it with me today. Look at me, I'm ready for school.
I think you've used that analogy before, and that's actually a really good analogy.
I have said the stone analogy, but I don't think I've ever said it like this.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
It is. You're just like, all right, I'm ready for the day.
I'm going around with my limitations today.
And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not ready for shit.
And I expect things to happen.
And then I'm going to expect things to happen as I sit here and carry 100 pounds of junk. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it, though.
That's a good analogy for people to look at.
I want you to play into that. So our work is really for individuals who are ready to get the whole answer done for them. And what I mean by that is like right now, I'll just talk about this for 2 seconds, and then I want you to put coaching questions down below, but this is just for whoever resonates. Right now I have like coaching programs, one-to-one and coaching programs group over like long periods of time, like 3 months, where it's just the coolest thing in the whole world because people are coming in and they're getting like millionaires all of a sudden being attracted to them and they're like, I'm leaving my SP for this millionaire. And it's really, really funny. And there's just one more thing I wanted to say about this. Oh shoot, hang on. I don't want to lose my train of thought. What was really, really hysterical is, oh gosh, I don't want to lose my train of thought. What was I saying?
Oh no. You said something about millionaires.
No, that was there. That was like a fun success story that came in. And I posted our girl's ring. Don't say her name.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's so good. I don't know if you've seen this story, but she's engaged and she got an upgrade on this ring. And they're not even fully married. Like he did like a little engagement ring, but then he like upgraded it to like this rock.
It is.
And I was like, is your hand heavy? Like tell me more about it. It's like, do you just...
When is your ring coming back?
I know, it's supposed to be coming back. He said on the 10th, but I think we're past the 10th, right?
We're on the 10th today.
Okay.
So it could come today.
Maybe a couple days. Shoot. What was I going to say? I can't remember anymore. There was something really important I wanted to say about that. The offer. Yes, is like, I just want to say this for 2 seconds, and I'm still not seeing any comments, so please definitely ask me some questions down below. Is like, what we're doing right now is really unique, actually, in our coaching services, one-to-one programs, and things of that nature where, and it's 11:11 for some reason. We're kind of doing it for you. And what I mean by that is these programs and this personal coaching is as close to doing for you as humanly possible. And what I mean by that is, let's just use my program, for example, Elevate, which is really great. And it's for the woman who wants to activate her magnetism and get a man to love, worship, adore, choose, break the patterns that you're having in relationships and shift and fundamentally attract different. Anyway, I'm missing the point here, is that not only are we giving you the whole program to go through. Not only are we giving you 4 one-to-one calls with it, where you get one one-to-one call with me, 3 one-to-one call with my coaches, and then also a custom plan. It's like we've given you absolutely everything that we could possibly do. We sit down with you, we problem solve your blocks for you, we create your daily routine of what you need to do and how you need to do it and when you need to do it and why you need to do it. And then on top of that, we like offer you support. And if you have questions daily, you can just put them in the chat and we get back to them. And then, like we give the custom plan, we give the videos, we give the education, we give the information, we tell you the application. Like the only thing we haven't done is just gone into your brain and done it for you. And so it's as close of we're going to solve your problem for you. We're going to give you exactly what you need to do for 90 days. And then your only job is to just do it. Because the one thing we can't do, the only thing that's not offered in the encyclopedia of things that is offered is us going into your brain, because we can't. And that's just not how the law works. Like, we're not your savior. We're not here to save you, but we're here to take as much of the guessing, the questioning, the doubting, the worrying, the concerns out of the situation as possible. And like literally just telling you point blank, you need to do this, you need to do this, we need to do this, and then also support you. You keep asking questions, we keep giving answers, we keep problem solving, and then you just get to also keep it for life. So God forbid you don't get a result in 90 days or you want to come back to it in a year's time, like that's yours to keep. So like as an example right now, our coaching is like the best it's ever been, because we've literally just offered, and we're offering everything and the kitchen sink to just get as close to guaranteed success as possible. But we can't guarantee success. And I'm not saying that we are in any way, shape, or form. And I want to be very clear about that, only because we can't go into your mind. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like a fitness coach, right? A fitness coach is really good at drawing up the plan, telling you what you need to do, how you need to eat. But I can't do the crunches for you. I can't do the planks for you. I can't make you not go to an all-you-can-eat donut buffet afterwards. Oh you know goodness. What I mean? So that's funny. Donuts. Love donuts. I find it hard to let go of old hurt. It's so normal to be in a situation where old hurt is kind of like ruling your life right now. And I want you to understand that like you're so not alone in that. Like I've struggled with that. My clients struggle with that. A lot of times though, you'll find that if I could give you one piece of advice for old hurt, it's really got to do a lot with the reason why we're hurting is because we're hanging on to the interpretation, is what I'll call it. The interpretation of what that hurt represented. I'll give you an example, David. This is my boyfriend right here. His name is Josh, for all intents and purposes. Josh breaks up with me.
Josh is going to love that.
I know. Josh, and that, I wasn't even trying to be funny, but then when I thought of it, I was like, I'm just going to stick with this. Yeah. Josh broke up with me.
Josh would never do that to you.
The thing that's going to hurt me is not necessarily the breakup, although you may think that's what it is. The event is not what hurts. I want you to see every event that has ever happened to you as neutral. Because is it true that there are people on the face of the earth that had a breakup and it was the best thing that ever happened to them? Is it true that there have been people on the face of the earth that have had a breakup and not made it mean that they are the worst thing in the world, that they are, unworthy, undeserving, unlovable? There are definitely people that each and every single event, and this is how I want you to see your life and your whole world is going to change. It's like a life-changing practice, is I want you to see everything that's ever happened to you as neutral. And your own interpretation of that event is what's hurting you. So the reason you're hurt is because you've placed a story that's conflicting to how like your soul knows you to be. I'll give you an example because I'm saying big fancy words. It's like Josh breaks up with me. The breakup didn't hurt me. What hurt me was the fact that I said after the breakup, if I was good enough, Josh wouldn't have broken up with me. Oh boy. And my soul knows that like I am good enough, and that's why it hurts so bad. Because there's this confliction. There's this confliction of who like your soul knows you to be, who God, universe, source knows you to be, and like your own self-imposed interpretation of the event. I am saying some deep shit this morning.
You got some words, girl.
So does that make sense? So if you can try to go back in time in your mind these events and like hug that younger version of yourself that was going through, see what happens in that inner imaginal act. Do they like break down into tears? Do you need to correct their thoughts in that moment and almost like mentor them like how I'm mentoring you and being like, listen, it's so normal that you felt this way. Anybody in this situation would have felt this way, but this is just the wrong story to internalize.
Absolutely.
So we need to put it down, put that stone down, and let it go.
Let that interpretation go.
Exactly. Bashar type of wisdom. That's hysterical. Josh, I would never.
I know he wouldn't. I know Josh. He would never do that to you.
I know.
I know. Just letting you know.
I love you, and your manifestation videos make so much sense. Thank you. You're welcome, David. You're welcome for that insight. Do repeating numbers mean anything? It's really just like what you believe. I know that's such a cop-out answer. There are definitely people that Google, like, what does 1111 mean?
Angel
What does
numbers,
2222
yeah.
mean? What do angel numbers mean? I'll say it has as much significance as you want it to have. This is kind of the same for me as tarot readings, which not a fan. Is it's like anything that has even the potential of having a negative interpretation, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it because that's going to go into my mind whether I like it or not, and it's just it's a no from me. It's a pass.
It's a hard no.
It's a pass from me. But if you like them, the thing is, some people will, I find it a little bit of a cop-out, but I say this with love, is it's like, because I know that people are just a bit codependent on it. They'll be like, I'll use tarot and I'll accept it if it's a good reading and I'll deny it if it's a bad one. And I'm like, who wants to call bullshit? Anyone? Because I'll call it. Because once you hear that bad reading, you can't tell me that that doesn't go in your head.
Yep.
You can't tell me that that don't go in your head. And so it's like, I'm just like, I'm not here for anything that could potentially emotionally rock me.
Absolutely.
I don't want to subscribe to that. If you want to subscribe to that in your reality, go for gold. Go for freaking gold. Go for platinum. Go for diamonds. Go for whatever is your vibe. You know what I mean? But for me, I think that your primary focus should always be making sure, and I want to hear your thoughts, like, how important is it to be emotionally stable in this process?
I mean, it's important.
It's one of the most important things.
I mean, it is really important. Even if you just, like, take one step at a time and be in that state of, okay.
Somebody downloaded the ebook,
that's
the
nice.
SP ebook. If you guys want it, send me a DM.
I'm going to
or the 4-day challenge.
From it. I'm not going to ignore it.
I'm not going to ignore it.
But we want to disassociate that.
Yeah.
You know, we want to take that interpretation in a different way and think better.
Because even when you get negative feedback from the universe, so to speak, and I'll answer your question right here, Maria. I don't know what I said there. Words, English.
You're on a 10-minute timer, just so you know.
I know, I'm on a 10-minute timer, so drop me questions. I'm going to go hot seat fast coaching. This is the problem. My attention span is that of a butterfly, and I go on too many tangents, and then I forget my train of thought.
That's so true. You have too much information in that brain.
Honestly, my brain is overly stimulated. That's exactly what happens when I coach.
Up 12 o'clock at night, you can't
This
sleep.
is the bane of my existence. I need to go back to Dr. Joe. The love of my life. I'm just going to move to Maria because I can't think of what I was about to say right now. Oh, gosh. This is so irritating to me.
We were talking about
Emotional, stability. But, this is what I was going to say. I was going to say that, like, you don't know if, let's pretend it's not angel numbers. Let's pretend it's not tarot readings. Let's pretend it's even, like, looking into the 3D. You don't know if the time that you look into the 3D next to just check on your manifestation is going to be the time that you see something awful. And then that's the time that you give up. And so the reason why emotional regulation is so important and why we specialize in that and add that to our repertoire of services that we offer is because...
Look at my pretty
we want you to be as stable as possible, because when you're emotionally stable, that's a sign that you're doing the work and the work is working. But when you're not emotionally stable, it means that you're still believing in the old story. It means that you're potentially engaging in bad behaviors. It means that you're potentially not living fully in the identity. It means that you're contradicting yourself. You're trying to do this thing that I call putting your toe in the other pond. It's like putting one toe in the new story pond, putting one toe in the old story pond, and it's just not working. So emotional stability is the thing you've got to protect more than anything else. And the ability to be emotionally stable is so important. Do you want to read like Reza's success also? I know there was another girl that was like, this coaching has just changed my freaking life.
I think that was Reza.
I bought Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, the love of my life. I know.
I mean, I can read a little bit.
Hang on 2 seconds. So what would you say the same for astrology? I would, because I don't want to subscribe to the fact that because Jupiter is in my 11th house, and because Neptune is sleeping with Pluto, and because Pluto is having an affair with Mercury, and because Mercury is sleeping with Uranus, this is the reason that I cannot have love. Any of those things can have like a thing where an interpretation where it's like you have a block in money, and I'm like, I don't identify with that. I don't receive that. Thank you so much. I have no desire to know my chart. I have no desire to know any of it. I have no desire. Because I protect myself, my emotions, my mental health, top priority. Everything else can go in the freaking gutter. It can go in the gutter, bro. That's me. That's how I live my life. Go for it.
I'm going to read this because you literally have 7 minutes.
Okay, great.
So I'll just say hi. I mean, everybody knows
I love Roxana. Hi.
Yesterday, after our call, I felt so powerful and able to commit to the new story with my SP.
Sexy.
Who has already been a good guy for myself since day one. I'm just doing this SP work to deal with my limiting beliefs around love. The reason I say this is because I now agree with Perse's mindset around SP.
There we go.
The universe is only open to the best version of this person or better. I think it's been a huge lesson that I learned from her, and I think everybody should learn this as well. After a few hours after our call, before even starting the new routine and affirmation, my SP reached out to me with a poem he wrote for myself and called me to a beautiful and romantic date.
So this is the second client like that has said that like their SP is starting to write them poems. And it's so Shakespearean, and I'm so here for it. This is what happens when you do the work in personal. She was also in Manifest.
She was in MU.
Yeah, MU, Manifestation University, Manifest Your SP University, however you want to put it. And this is also like what we teach in Elevate. And it's just so crazy.
Yeah. Not even started her routine yet on SP. Only doing self-concept.
Wild.
And her self-concept was like, it needed some work.
Yeah.
And she was having doubts in the beginning. She was wondering if she'd be able to work through this.
You don't do SP at all, Huda. That's actually a lesson for Huda and for anyone else on the call. Is like she got this without even touching SP affirmations. You don't touch SP affirmations until your self-concept is like 10 on 10.
Yeah, or I say
8 on 10, 9 on 10.
11.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you start to move over to SP affirmations, your self-concept's going to take a drop. Think of it this way. When you did self-concept, or as you're doing self-concept and you're trying to move over to SP, how many people have tried affirming for SC, self-concept, and SP? And tell me, how did it work out for you? It did not work out for you, Habibi. It did not work out for you, Habibi. No. And let's say you worked on self-concept for a while. You got some movement. You moved over to SP because you got a little over-hyper and overexcited about the situation. And then guess what happens? He just changed his mind. She just changed her mind. She wasn't into it anymore. You lost it. Guess what happened? This does not work.
We have to always do SP.
This does not work for you, my friend. It does not work. It does not work.
It does not work. No.
Habibi, what are you doing?
Habibi. We got to do self-concept, 100%.
The self-concept, this is why we teach the foundational work. Right now, anyone who's in fight or flight is not going to identify with our work because they just want a quick fix. But the thing is, some of you guys have like, let's just say as an example, because I like to speak in metaphors, you've like busted your knee open on the kickball playing field.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I know you do.
I hate Lamar for that.
I know you do.
And then you're putting Neosporin on your elbow. And you're like, why isn't it healing? And I'm like, well, it's because we're not working on the right thing. We're not doing things in the correct order. There's a lack of education. There's a lack of application. We have some holes that still haven't been plugged.
Yeah.
Like 72 things are still technically missing right now. And so that's what we're really good at. We're really good at pointing things out. Like I can know within like 2 seconds of speaking to someone, you got this missing, you got this missing. We're going to fix this. We're going to do this. And, that is a skill.
That's our expertise.
That's the tenure you get when you take 10,000 calls.
There you go. You know it.
You eventually just look at this and you're like, I can solve your whole life problems in like 2 minutes.
You already know what's going on.
But are you going to apply this plan? That's
Are you gonna be dedicated?
That's my worry here, because I can solve your life problems, but it's like, are you going to do it?
I mean, that could be uncomfortable.
It's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's going to be uncomfortable. There are going to be days where you feel like you've been hit by a bus.
Yeah.
But how bad do you want it? Like, that's the question we need to ask ourselves in 2024. If I take an audit, a life audit, and I look around in my life, am I going to be okay to see the same story, same situation in the next 3 months? What's 3 months? Feb, March, April. Oh my gosh, we're going to be in April in 3 months?
I know.
What?
I know. Pretty soon it'll be summertime.
Oh my gosh.
And then it won't be cold out anymore.
That's crazy. I don't like
We
that.
have 2 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Like, we're not going to be happy with that. So it's like, I always tell people, if you want results today, if you want results tomorrow, you should have started 90 days ago.
Amen.
If you didn't start 90 days ago, no problem.
can still
No one's going to
start.
shoot you. But it's like, we can still start now. We can still start now. And there are people that don't take 90 days. There are people that take a week. There are people that take a month. But I always say up to 90 days only because it's like, if we're at rock bottom zero and we just shoot for nothing crazy at all, 1% better daily, everyone, no matter what their work schedule is, no matter how much their kids are whining in their ears, no matter how much their parents are whining in their ears, no matter anything like that, if we could just commit to 1% better daily, we're going to be 90% better after 90 days.
Look at that.
The scales are going to completely tip in your favor. And at that point in time, you're going to have results. It's kind of like this. The only time you don't get results is when you're not doing the work. Can we use general affirmations about men instead of SP? No.
Definitely not.
You cannot. I do not give you permission.
We need those personalized.
Yeah. It would be good if they're personalized, but it's totally up to you. You cannot touch that side of the situation until you completely do self-concept. Do people get big results with a manifestation consult call? Thinking of getting it. Here's my thoughts. There have definitely been people that hopped on a single call, got a job literally within 12 hours afterwards, manifested money in their business literally 24-hour afterwards, had their SP text them literally within 2 hours afterwards. However, you can be one of those things, but it really depends on how much you're willing to come in, implement, because a consult doesn't have a custom plan. You'd need to go into a 3-call package to get a custom plan. And I say that the people that have custom plans have like 10 times more likelihood to achieve success. Because if you think about it, what you're shooting for is not necessarily a text message. It may be like a committed relationship. And do you think the entirety of your life's relationship problems are going to be fixed in one call? Sometimes they can be. I'm not putting a limitation on you, but I'm just trying to also be very realistic and honest. Like, you come in with a good mentality, sure, anything is possible. I just said that. Like, that's what this whole live was about. But it's like, I'm hesitant to say that you can see big change because it's really just dependent on you. It's a you versus you situation. I love how raw and honest you are. I know. I just like to lead with a lot of honesty because I just don't like there to be confusion in anything. What are your thoughts on overcoming imposter syndrome? Self-love, self-love, self-love. I definitely have struggled with imposter syndrome. No matter how successful I am, I don't see myself all the time as a successful person, which is crazy. That's so crazy. But because I'm always reaching for the next level. I'm like a self-improvement junkie. I always want to be more, do more, accomplish more, excel more, succeed more, get more accolades, more awards, more degrees, more.
All right, girl, we have to go.
So that's me. That's who I am as a human. That's very intrinsically within me. I like to have big goals, and I like to kick the shit out of those goals. I like to be like, I am going to get this, and then when I get this, I'm going to get 10 times, and then I'm going to get 10 times, and then I'm going to get 10 times. So if you guys have questions about coaching, packages, Elevate, MU, payment plans, anything like that, there's so many different things that are happening right now in our world. It's kind of crazy. In my bio, you can follow me on all the platforms. It's easiest to DM me on Insta, but if you don't have an Insta, you can DM me here. We have a 4-day challenge. We have a Manifest Your SP Back Fast ebook, which sees incredible results. You can know everything about it and apply it and potentially never have to speak to me and get what you want. If you need something more in depth, I definitely recommend Manifest Your SP University, where you're really going to get a deep dive. You're going to get a plan. You're going to get a one-to-one with me. I'm going to solve your problem, and then all I need you to do is just apply it. Just apply, just do what I'm telling you to do and do it down to the letter. And because I know universal law is not sitting here and being like, reject, deny, no, yes, it's going to work for you. I don't care your situation. I don't care if your SP slept with the next door neighbor's cat. I don't care if Pluto is in retrograde and Mercury is sleeping with Uranus. I don't care. Any of your circumstances that you think matters, I promise you, like, it just doesn't. Like, I have never looked at a circumstance and been like, this person is non-recoverable. They just can't get over this scenario. No. The only thing that would cause something like that to happen is, with all due respect, you can't get your head out of your own butt. Then that's the only time that works that way and that math checks out, because you can't have your limitations and have your results too. You're going to have to leave your limitations at the door if you want what's behind curtain number 1. You're going to need to do that.
This is your showcase.
This is welcome to the Price is Right.
Yeah.
Free masterclass in the bio. Send me DMs. I'll send you links. Have a great day, you beautiful, beautiful people. I'll talk